And at this time, we want to take out the time to acknowledge the champions for this great cause in environmental justice, as we are here giving out U.S. Congressman David Scott, our esteemed representative who has been championing this cause for a long time. And this is being passed off to him from his colleague and good friend, Congressman Hank Johnson.
So, yes, thank you, Councilman Reeves. Every year, our Congress is scored on their environment, and that's environment legislation. This year, there is a perfect record of 100% to our very own U.S. Congressman David Scott. And I'd like to read to you this award that we will be presenting to him. In 2019, when we had the last symposium, U.S. Congressman Hank Johnson actually received this reward for a 100% voting record, and he is handing it off to his colleague, U.S. Representative David Scott. The Georgia Environmental Justice Education and Awareness Symposium 2021 presents the 100% voting record environmental scorecard to U.S. Congressman David Scott for his efforts towards protecting the nation's environment, equalizing the communities of the 13th Congressional District, and for him being the chairman of the Agricultural Committee, supporting and promoting Georgia's farmers and agribusiness, both urban and rural communities. Thank you, Congressman Scott, for doing the work that you are doing in the plight of black farmers.
You are truly a champion of environmental justice.
Hello, how are you? I hope everyone is doing fine. First, I want to thank Georgia State Representative Thomas and City of South Fulton Councilman Corey Reeves for inviting me and also working with me as partners on what we're doing to bring the exciting world of agriculture to everyone in the metro area. But first, ladies and gentlemen, climate change has already begun, and it is increasingly and adversely affecting our way of life, aspects of our daily existence, from global food insecurity, our water supply, the air we breathe, our financial markets. Ladies and gentlemen, climate change is the great challenge of our time. And that is why, as many of you know, the Congress has elected me to be the chairman of our House Agriculture Committee. And I'm very proud of that. And it marks the very first time that an African-American member of Congress has chaired the House Agriculture Committee. And I'm especially proud of the fact that, as Andy Young pointed out to me, he said, David, when you became chairman of the House Agriculture Committee, that was great, but also you have become the first Black member of Congress from Georgia to share any committee in the history of Congress. I say that because I know that my position where I am now is God's blessing and the people's work, particularly right here in Georgia. So I'm proud of it, but I got a big thank you all day, all time, to the wonderful people of Georgia who've been supporting me and helping me. I want to take just a minute here to express to you just how important climate change is right now. It's very important from the standpoint of not only the food we eat, but it's the water we drink. It's the clothing we wear. It's our shelter. That's what agriculture is. And it is the largest part of the economy of 44 44 of our 50 states, agriculture is the biggest financial part of the economies of 44 of the states. And so you must understand what our challenge is. And I want to thank you all for recognizing my work in this area. I remember when I was in the Georgia legislature as a state senator, and they were having all these garbage dumps in the African American community over on the south side of town in the district where I represented. And then they were trying to put another one. But I put a bill in that would monitor the number and limit that you could not have another landfill within 25 miles of another. And we closed down the Live Oak landfill that was trying to expand right up to George High School. I think that was the name of it, on the south side of town. And I incorporated in there to get in and clean up the water of our streams and the Chattahoochee River and all of that. And for that, I got the outstanding award there. And so I have been on this environmental challenge for a long time. And that's why your award to me means so much to me, because this is our future. And you know, we've got to, and this is why I made climate change our number one issue, to get out of the gate. The very first hearing, we brought the experts in so that we could get a good look at what needs to be. Many of you may not know, but even NASA now has found traces of water on the moon. So you know there's a lot out there in outer space. The earth is almost like a grain of sand on the beach of time out there. And we've got to go out there, generations to come. It is out there and up there. And so now we're moving with carbon sequestration. We're getting agriculture in to do no-till farming, regeneration during the cover crops. And we're going to have carbon markets, Bayer, several other major companies are all jumping into this. It is an exciting time, and I'm so delighted to be sort of in a captain's seat here as chairman of the Agriculture Committee. I moved for another reason to make climate change my very first hearing. It's very important that it is the agriculture industry, our farmers, that must have what I call the inside pole position on climate change, because our existence, as I mentioned, our food, security, our water, the basic survival entities we need to carry on is agriculture. And so we're moving in that direction. So I want to thank you all for recognizing my efforts with the Environmental Scorecard Award, and also for having my distinguished colleague and my friend, the Honorable Hank Johnson, to present this award to me. I am deeply honored. I thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you.